Welcome back to The Wandering Screen. I'm Matt Koss, and I'm counting down the top 5 films you still need to see this year. Every award season brings the age-old question, how on earth do you watch everything? Fear not, I've got you covered with a curated list of underseen gems that deserve your attention. These films might have flown under the radar for some, but trust me, they're worth your time. Number 5, Unstoppable. Let's start with a feel-good sports biopic. Written by Eric Champanella, Alex Harris, and John Hinman, Unstoppable is based on the 2012 book of the same name by Anthony Robles. The movie charts the life of Anthony, a one-legged wrestler who overcame massive odds to win a national championship. William Goldenberg directs the film and comes from a significant background in editing, such as with Ben Affleck's films like Argo, which gives the film a measured, mounting tension. The film stars J-Lo as Anthony's determined but struggling mother and Jharrel Jerome as Anthony, who did a lot of his own stunts while Anthony himself was his wrestling body double. While the film follows the familiar beats of every underdog story, it does so with heart and intensity. Goldenberg's editing chops are on full display during the wrestling scenes, creating high-stakes tension that mirrors the drama of the Robles family's personal struggles. Bobby Cannavale plays the mean stepfather, so you know there will be a lot of uncomfortable eye contact. Jharrel Jerome is absolutely captivating as Anthony, carrying raw emotion and unrelenting determination in equal measure. And Don Cheadle's role as the wrestling coach brings some much-needed gravitas to the film. The one misstep, the overly sentimental score. Honestly, it's like the cinematic equivalent of a motivational poster. But despite that, Unstoppable hits all the emotional beats and delivers an inspiring finale. But also, what is wrestling? After watching the film, I still have no idea how points are scored or what the enjoyment is of watching men writhing on the floor in skin-tight lycra. And honestly, I don't think I learned a single thing from the sport that I haven't already learned from Pornhub.
What's all this?
Dear Mr. Robles, I'm in the 3rd grade and you're my hero. I wanted to tell you how much I look up to you. You make people believe in something.
Surprised to see you. Don't be.
When they see you, they don't see someone who's missing a leg. They see someone who is unstoppable.
Number 4, The Woman and the Sea. Okay, I know this is another sports biopic, but The Woman and the Sea is far from cliche. The film tells the true story of Trudy Early, played with charisma and ferocity by Daisy Ridley, who was the first woman to swim across the English Channel in the 1920s. The film follows her introduction to swimming on Coney Island after surviving polio at a young age, her Olympic disappointments due to insane gender disparity, and her eventual triumph becoming the first woman to swim across the English Channel, changing women's sports forever. Director Joachim Roning deliberately filmed on the ocean to transport you to the waves with Trudy. It creates this remarkable aesthetic that is so immersive and terrifying as Trudy is surrounded by boats tracking her progress in the unsettling waves. Roning moves through periods of Trudy's life seamlessly. And Daisy Ridley is tremendous. She did a lot of her own swimming in the film, and her strokes are characterized by this broad, fierce freestyle in the water. She's acting with her whole body. The film is also thoroughly entertaining and light thanks to the wonderful performances from the supporting cast. But the grand finale of, you guessed it, she does it, like, come on, that's obviously not a surprise. I just said that she swam across the English Channel. But the finale is actually really moving and honestly one of the most memorable scenes in film this year. Go, Trudy.
Trudy, you don't have to do this. I don't know. Seems like a nice day for a swim.
Number 3, Babes. Okay, we're out of the sports biopics. Let's get into some friendship drama. This film really surprised me. Babes follows 2 childhood friends, Eden Ilana Glazer and Dawn Michelle Buteau, who grew up together in New York City and whose lives are going in different directions. Eden has a one-night stand, ends up pregnant, and decides to keep the baby. Dawn, on the other hand, has just had another child, is struggling with finding her equilibrium, and is going through a parental marital career crisis, or a PMC. Basically, their friendship is on thin ice and the water is about to break. Glazer and Buteau have such wonderful chemistry in this film, it's impossible to deny how warming it is to watch two friends on screen who feel like they've been best friends for years, Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. Glazer wrote the script, which incorporates both hers and Buteau's comedic styles. But it's the evolution of their disagreements that really packs an emotional weight, where you hope that what's separating them will eventually bring them closer. The final act is really well earned because we see how the stress separates the friends but reminds them of why they need each other. Do you remember when Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey reunited in Beaches like halfway through? Oh God, I really love friendship movies. There's also a real lightness to the dialogue that gives the film a natural, grounded atmosphere. It's like you're watching the lives of people living just down the street, depending where you live. But most importantly, the film takes those personal challenges and appreciates the impact it can have on relationships. It reminds us that sometimes you got to go through shit to come out the other side and be stronger and more resilient for it.
At all the appointments,
I have a family. I've been swamped.
best friends get so screwed over in adulthood. You and me, we're family.
Bitch.
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 Bow.
2. Sing Sing. Every award season brings its feel-good drama, and this year we have Sing Sing, featuring Coleman Domingo as John Divine G. Whitfield, a founding member of the Rehabilitation Through the Arts RTA program at the infamous Sing Sing prison. Divine G encourages his hardened fellow inmate Clarence Divine I. Macklin to join the program and their new show. However, as Divine I begins to influence the production's direction, tensions arise, threatening both G's leadership and the success of their latest performance, Breaking the Mummy's Code. The film beautifully illustrates the concept of art as therapy, showcasing how creativity fosters connection and vulnerability among incarcerated individuals. Directed by Greg Quedar and based on John H. Richards Esquire article, Sing Sing uses formerly incarcerated performers in the film, which really enhances its authenticity and appeal. The naturalism gives the film a beautiful energy. Also, what an absolute mindfuck that would be to play yourself as a formerly incarcerated person and dramatize a real experience you had, like art imitating life, but with several takes, film crews, and craft services. Domingo's portrayal of Divine G is both heartfelt and complex, navigating his hopes and disappointments while guiding the RTA members through the challenges of putting on a performance. The real Clarence Divine I. Macklin is credited as a producer on the film alongside Divine G, and their friendship is the film's emotional core, illustrating the transformative power of theatre. As Divine I gradually opens up and grows, the film captures the struggle for identity and redemption in a setting where individuality is often suppressed. Domingo immerses within the cast and carries his heartfelt story about redemption and community. Like, isn't that what Christmas is all about?
Are you with somebody? Are you outside? Hold that feeling.
Number 1. Thelma. Okay, here it is. Topping my list of films you really must see is the delightful, infectious, and totally satisfying action comedy inspired by director Josh Margolin's own grandmother, Thelma. June Squibb plays Thelma, a recently widowed senior living on her own, who is scammed out of $10,000 when a caller claiming to be her grandson, Danny, Fred Heckinger, tells her he's in trouble. After she finds out about the scam, Thelma takes it upon herself to find the caller by any means within reason and capabilities necessary to get her money back, much to the bemusement of her daughter Gail, Parker Posey, and son-in-law Alan, Clark Gregg. Now, have you been wanting to watch a film about a grandmother on a Mission Impossible style adventure through the valley in Los Angeles? Do you realize that You may need an unlikely hero in age-appropriate action sequences that are as hilarious as they are sincere. This is a stellar showcase for everyone involved in the project, including Richard Roundtree as Thelma's reluctant accomplice. Margolin's direction is grounded and clear. June Squibb should be an Oscar contender for her performance, and Heckinger provides the beating heart that makes us cheer for Thelma's safety. It might be the most crowd-pleasing, charming film you will see this year. And if you're going to sit for 90 minutes and catch one last film before the end of the year, Thelma needs to be it. It's the perfect pick-me-up, and I guarantee you'll find yourself revisiting it more than once.
My grandson's parked a block away. I don't have much time.
You left your grandson in the car?
But he's 24. We all have our good days and our bad days.
And what's today?
We'll find out.
And there you have it. Those are the 5 films you shouldn't miss before the year ends. Which ones have you seen and which ones are you most excited to check out? Drop a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest reviews. See you next time.